Anansi has one big hobby. The hobby of Anansi is to eat, and not everything, but he loves to make a good stew with yam. And yam are the roots, and you smash them, and you first bake them a little, and then you cook with it, and you have that stew with yam and potatoes and all kinds of greens, and it was just about ready. And all the fumes of the stew, well, they got everywhere, and they got out of the chimney and out of the window, and outside there was Turtle. And Turtle was a very slow but nice animal, and he smelled that yum, and he decided to knock on Anansi's door. Anansi, well, he was just about to start the food, to start dinner. It's just very impolite not to open the door. So he opened the door, and there was Turtle. So I was just about to eat. You want to join in? He didn't really mean it, but it is African tradition. If people come in during dinner time, you are supposed to ask them for dinner. And Turtle, well, you wanted to. So he sat on the table, and the Anansi made two bowls with yam stew. And Turtle was about to eat, and Anansi looked at his paws and he said, "What? Those paws of you are so dirty! How dare you to come and sit on a table with... Didn't they learn you to wash your hands?" Well, go outside, go to the river and wash your paws. And so did Turtle, very slowly, and he came back walking over the path, sat on the table, wanted to have his bite, but his paws were dirty again. Again, Anansi sent him out to wash his paws, and now Turtle is not as stupid as I am. He walked back over the grass. It was a little longer to walk, but he kept his paws clean. He was sitting at the table to find all the food was gone, and Nancy even finished his bowl. It would have been a waste to when it was going cold. So I had it, or it would have been a waste. I hope you don't mind. No, it's good that you don't waste food. And when you're in the neighborhood, come and join me for dinner. Wow, that was great. So Anansi had a full stomach, had a wonderful sleep, and next day he said, "Well, if you have an invitation, you make sure that your invitation doesn't get cold." So he knew that Turtle was living somewhere near the river, and after a good walk, he found him. And Turtle said, "Well, I was just about going to eat. You want to join me?" "Okay," said Anansi. "Where is it?" "It's right there." And they looked into the river, and if you look good, you could see a completely laid table on the bottom of the river. So Turtle, he jumped in, and slowly he went to the bottom, and he sat on his chair at the table. Anansi jumped in, but he kept floating. He was just too light for the water. He was just a tiny spider. So, frustrated, he climbed the wall again and took some stones and put them into his pocket. And it worked. And it worked. He jumped in the river and zoop, he went down with the stones. And he was sitting on the table and he was going to have a good bite. And then Turtle said, "Spider, didn't your mother give you some manners? You're not going to eat with your coat on. Put off your coat." And Anansi couldn't talk that good to talk him out of it. So he took off his coat and slowly went to the surface of the water, looking down and seeing Turtle clearing the table. And that was the story of the spider Anansi and the turtle.